Maybe not. Abe's Odyssey OST, what's going on? Alright. It is time for gaming, lads. I still have an image editing program. Anyway, I'm Stuoid. I'm wholly unprepared for this mentally. It's gonna be a disaster. Oh boy. Fun fact about this route. It's awful. I don't use the world record route because I'm too lazy to learn it. So I just kind of developed my own over the past like 3 years instead. So the world record for this is like an hour and 20 minutes or something. I'm significantly behind that. Should take like an hour and 45-ish, assuming nothing goes wrong. I'll probably even PB unless it's horrible. But oh well. Sorry if I go silent every now and then, by the way. It's probably gonna be more than every now and then. But I am incompetent, so I don't know what to say half the time. Anyway, there's a lot of neat tech in this game, TBH, and there's barely any shooting, unless you count like throwing shurikens or whatever. So I think it's a pretty good fit for this marathon, TBH. For now it's pretty boring though. I have to move around normally and like collect money. It's kinda garbo. Maybe it's worth mentioning that this game has some wonky jump physics. Super interesting stuff, I know. Perhaps I should even talk about the premise of the game. But nah. So anyway, that thing allows me to teleport. It's pretty neat. Bats are random, by the way, so every now and then I'm gonna get dicked over by them. Please tell you more? Nah. Oh, I kinda meant to, like, give a brief overview of what this game even is, and then I didn't do that. I think it's pretty evident by now, but this is a 2D platformer Metroidvania thing. It has a, like, large emphasis on puzzles instead of just exploration or whatever. But they're not like block puzzles and stuff, they're closer to... Did the game just get quieter? Okay, I've never had that happen before. What? Anyway, the puzzles are more riddles than, like, I guess, well, I don't want to say logical puzzles, but I guess that's fitting enough. Because a lot of people complain about this SMH. Because their brains are too small for these amazing puzzles. Quick note here that I used a guide to get through this game. It's an irrelevant fact. Just thought you should know. I genuinely didn't expect to say that during this run, but here we go, I guess. I forgot that took 2 hits, great. Oh yeah, there are a couple actual block puzzles, but I think I'm gonna skip them, except for one. I don't actually remember. I know I skipped like one of them, but I don't know. I am not very good at this game. Oh god. So anyway, the main goal for this first, like, I want to say 10 minutes of the run is just going to new places. I'm going the wrong way. I should focus, maybe. What was that weird pause? That's your mom. This is awful. Oh right, yeah. So I kind of forgot to even acknowledge the cat pause I just did. So when you pause this game, it just kind of makes all the objects stop moving. But there's one frame on screen transitions where you can do an action. Like, you can start an attack or whatever. That includes a pause, so if you pause when a screen transition starts, then the game doesn't move any of the, I guess, objects. So like pots, enemies, and stuff will be displaced, and when you... I'm playing in 60 FPS, I'll get to that rhythm. But when you unpause, things start moving as they should to prepare for the screen transition. And among objects are these weird, like, wall hitboxes for some of the items, which you can just kind of move out of the way and walk through. Even though it doesn't look like you can. It's fairly useful, I guess. It's also frame perfect, so I hate doing it, but whatever. Gonna have to live with it. So anyway, I just got Hermes boots, so now I'm not moving painfully slow. And there's the first raindrop. You're gonna be seeing a lot of that. For some reason, when you have like... Oh, that did not activate. For some reason, when you have a specific... a line, I guess, with walls, you get pushed slightly into a wall rather than out of it when you make contact with it for the first time. So you can use that to get into walls, and once you're in a wall, jumping just moves you down, unless they're specific setups for walls, which I'm kinda too lazy to explain, but I'll do that later probably. Okay, Goose probably just explained that a lot better than I did. I guess I should also say, with my incompetency with this game comes a complete lack of knowledge of a lot of technical details. So I'm not the most reliable source on a lot. This is cool. There we go, okay. So anyway, here's the knife. This is like probably the second best weapon in the game. Not by just damage values, by the way. So don't cyberbully me for that, Goose. Okay, I didn't get that. I'm gonna keep going for this, no matter how long it takes. Alright, so... if you pause the frame you touch that, it just kind of teleports downwards, and that saves a decent amount of time over activating it normally. It's kind of whack. So I guess now is a good time to talk about the game's area structure. There are 8 main areas, as well as the surface and one I'll get to later. And each of those, I believe, is called a field, but maybe field also includes its counterpart. I don't know. But each one also has a backside counterpart, which you can only teleport to with the Holy Grail if you have certain software installed. Which, by the way, there's software. Guess I didn't show that off. You have some neat stuff. Some combinations do neat things, like giving you more sub-weapon damage or reviving you after you're killed with, I think, 32 health. But you get a specific software that allows you to teleport to backside areas, which is obviously immensely helpful, because I don't feel like going through that pyramid thing every single time. Or whatever. Good commentary, just a quick reminder. So anyway, this is the backside counterpart to the Temple of the Sun that I was just in. Backsides have, like, a couple unique features, probably. Okay, well, that's not so good. Oh, I don't... Okay, so ideally I wouldn't have gotten Nade there, but I guess we're living in a tragic world. So now I have to go all the way back around. Quick reminder that bats are like the worst enemies in the game, aside from one other thing, but we'll get to that in like half an hour. Or something. Maybe. Anyway, backsides have that weird teleport thing, of course, but they also tend to have stronger enemies, which is neat and pretty obvious, so I probably didn't need to mention it, but oh well. And for some reason their bats have like a huge eye on them. I don't really know why. I'm not sure if that's explained in the lore at any point, but oh well. So anyway, in this room is the second best weapon in terms of damage exclusively, but it also sucks and I hate it and it's kinda cringe, because it's really slow. Gonna have to deal with it until like 26 minutes into the run. Somewhere around there. For a good number of enemies, the axe isn't even like more useful than the knife or the whip, because a lot of them don't have enough health to justify using it, or they can be hit faster with the knife for more DPS. So it's kind of just like a boss weapon. Also, I'm bad. There's a lot of parallax in this game. Usually rooms that... Oh. Okay. This run's not going so well. Anyway, usually rooms that have parallax between each other will respawn enemies once you go between them. Also, yeah, this is not current patch. I'm using an older one. I think it's like... I don't know. It's version 1.1... Not... okay, Jesus Christ. It's version 1.3.3.1. And it allows you to do a pot clip, which you'll hopefully see fairly soon. I don't know what other changes it has, really. There's an earlier version that allows you to do some neat stuff, but again, I'm too bad at this game and lazy to learn how to do stuff, so I don't really know the specifics of it. You can like open multiple menus or something. It's kind of weird. I don't feel like I have enough health to take that damage boost, so I'm just gonna not. Fun fact, you know what? No fun fact. I just lost that money, so I guess I'm gonna have to make up for that over here. It's pretty neat. So the character you play as in this, I probably should have said this earlier, but his name is Lameza. Lameza? I don't know. Whenever you fall far enough though, Lameza will enter this like stun state at the bottom. And that just kind of keeps you there for a few seconds and it's slow and I hate it. So I'm just kind of gonna... I'm gonna try and avoid that whenever possible, within reason. Which is why I would have taken a damage boost back there, but I didn't because I don't think I had enough health for it. Yeah, laptop glitch seems like quite the experience. I feel like I should probably play around with it at some point, but that's a later thing. So when I said this game has a lot of neat speed tech, I really meant like 3 things that are used a lot and interesting. You've seen the cat paws and the raindrop. I think that's like pretty much it, aside from one other thing that I'm gonna use way later. Also, there's an RNG section coming up in like 10 minutes or so, where I just kind of have to hope for a 1 in 20 fairy. I have a backup save just in case it takes more than like 10 tries, but hopefully I won't have to use that. It also happens twice in the run with different fairies, but still. I thought I was on the next screen, goddammit. Anyway, I'm about to fight my first boss in the Temple of the Sun. I just have to get this seal and then glove, because you need those to activate a character, which will let me do something that I'll explain later, probably, maybe, unless I forget. Also, that was a mini-boss, I don't know if you could tell. It was pretty difficult. Oh, by the way, that bat is the worst goddamn bat in this game. If it moves down or to the right, then chances are you're probably gonna get hit by it and fall all the way back down and have to ride the elevator up here again. It wastes like, I want to say 20 or more seconds each time it happens. Typically in a PB attempt, you just kind of go for the jump regardless and hope it works out, but if I need to, I'm prepared to just go back and forth until he isn't going the wrong way. Actually, Goose, you bring up a good point. I never thought about doing that. That's neat. So yeah, you can probably just damage boost for that bat, but I'm stupid, so oh well. Anyway, here's Elmac. About half of the bosses in this game try to do something unique with the way you fight them. This one's on a minecart that randomly goes up and down and stuff. The next boss I fight will be on a boat that's like impossible to control, and it's like pseudo 3D. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna deal with any of that though, because I can just kill it in like 10 seconds. Anyway, Elmac's dead. You can just kind of face tank most of the bosses in this game and it works out fine. They're probably the weakest part, honestly, and that was not improved in the sequel. Although most things weren't improved in the sequel, so like, it's not a surprise. Anyway, here's Mulbrook. She's important. Here's another mini-boss. They put a surprising amount in this game, considering how much of a meme they are. They're also not very fun, in my honest TBH, but I don't know. Maybe some brainlets like them. Not sure if it's apparent so far, but if you don't jump off of a ledge, then you kind of just fall off of it straight down. It's a tad annoying when you accidentally do it every 2 goddamn seconds, but oh well. I should not have jumped there. Also, another fun fact about the jump, every time you jump there's one frame where you're just standing completely still for some reason. I don't know why. So if you jump repeatedly it wastes time. Which is extra cool because you have to jump in order to use weapons without standing still the whole time. Also, I just skipped a block puzzle. It's pretty epic. This is high quality commentary, holy moly. I want to also note that I have my splits open right now with an auto splitter, which, by the way, the auto splitter is really goddamn good. It's like extremely extensive and you can put a split for literally anything you want in the game. Just about anyway. But I don't remember, like, anything about my route normally, so I kind of just have to keep it open. It's pretty neat. Listen, Riven, I'll get to that. So, there are multiple ways to access backside areas in this game. One of which is obviously this pyramid thing that I used earlier. You can also just kind of go to them using ladders if you use certain routes. But there are also these weird, like, square eye things in the background that you probably saw when I was going to fight Elmac, maybe. Those are called gates, and once you get this item that I'm about to get, why did I jump away from that? You can walk into those to go to the backside of whichever area you walk into it from, except for the ones that don't follow that trend. I don't really know why. Also, that bat's terrible. You can't see where it is, so you just kind of get hit by it half the time. Also, this area is dark, not sure if you could tell. There's an audio cue for enemies in this room, which I guess I just didn't have to deal with that time, so that's neat. Oh god, I'm bad. Alright, there are chakrams. Epic sauce. So I guess I'll start talking about the 59 FPS thing now. For some reason, if you have NVIDIA drivers, the game just kind of runs in 59 FPS, at least most of the time. Occasionally, for some reason, it'll switch over to what it should be, which is 60, of course. But somehow, for some fucking reason, if you record with fraps, the game just runs at 60 FPS no matter what. At least for me. I don't know why. I'd assume it has something to do with, like, fraps hooking into the game and doing whatever it needs to do to record, which, like, fixes the refresh rate. I don't really get it. But that saves you a good, like, 2 minutes in a 2-hour run. Just for free. It's kind of, questionable. So anyway, now I'm waiting for an elevator. This game is supremely well made. Hit in 3D mode. Okay, dude, sure. This spider's in the way, so I can't hit this. I guess I'll just spam. Okay. Okay. Alright, I just got nay-nayed on, Jesus Christ. That was neat. So, you have to throw a shuriken at that thing to, like, open up a path up top or whatever. And if there's an enemy blocking the way, because the shuriken does no damage, basically anyway. Oh my god, wait, there's actually a secret 3D mode. That has to be a meme, right? If that's real, I didn't know about that. And I want to do it. Riven, can you DM that to me on Discord? Thanks. So anyway, here's Anubis. In order to damage that boss, you need to, or I guess mini-boss, you need to get a specific item from Mulbrook, which I just got a minute ago. Otherwise, you just don't do any damage for whatever reason. It's kinda cool. Anubis also gives you the Serpent Staff, which is required to damage this mini-boss coming up. And by killing this mini-boss, you get the ability to double jump, which is a tad useful. Oh, it's not like... it's not like actual 3D, is it? It's just like stereoscopic 3D or whatever. This is so sad. Anyway, with the double jump, I'm able to open up a shortcut. But before I do that, I have to get a key fairy, which is a 1 in 20 chance. I talked about this before. So if you don't remember, you're a goddamn pleb and I hate you. Second try, that's actually great. Wow. So anyway, you can tell which fairy you're gonna get based on the star pattern. If it's just 2 going in a circle, you get a healing fairy. If it's 2 in like a square sort of pattern, you get a weapon fairy, which is by far the worst fairy in the game. If you get 2 stars in a circle and 2 in that weird square thing, you get a luck fairy, which gives you like extra value from drops and guarantees money from pots that have money or whatever. Anyway, here I am in a late game area. For some reason they decided to add a shortcut from that weird Gate of Time reference area into this place. I don't really know why, but it's useful for my garbage route, so I don't really care. That is not used in the world record, by the way, because RNG reliant strats are not exactly ideal. My route does allow me to skip some pretty important things in this area though, because I can just travel areas without doing any of them. Overall, it's still probably like a multiple minute time loss, but I'm okay with it. This is more fun for me because I don't have to work. Also, yeah, Weapon Fairy is clearly the greatest. Anyway, Key Fairy is the same pattern as the Weapon Fairy, except with double the amount of stars. Also, it feels like it starts closer to the center, but I don't think that's actually true. Anyway, there's the one thing I use this version of the game for. You can just kind of clip in here with a frame-perfect wall grab, because pots are pretty cool. Then you have to solve this puzzle where you have to measure out the weight of these gems compared to your character and then put them in the right spots on the scale. Speaking of frame-perfect things, raindrops are also frame-perfect. Each one of those you have to only hold towards the wall for 1 frame, at least when you grab onto the wall. It's made a lot less bad since you can just press the attack button at the same time and it'll only move you one frame of movement. That was the worst way possible to say that. Holy god. Anyway, I'm about to fight the second boss. Yeah, there's also a specific height requirement, but it's only like a height floor, I believe, so you can go as high as you want. At least to my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong. These bats are actually the worst. Also, yeah, those like scaffolds in that one area are the worst. There's basically no indication that they're actually ladders. It's kind of just a meme. Also, yeah, I guess I should also note that this is really the 4th boss, not the 3rd, or not the 2nd, whatever. The last boss I fought, Elmac, was actually the 3rd boss. I just fight the first 2 later because, mainly I just want to have this weapon for it. Because I hate the 2nd boss with a passion, and never want to fight it without the Flail Whip. Because the Flail Whip is the most powerful weapon in the game, tied with another thing that you get at the very end, but that's not really a fair comparison. Also, the bat was nice to me again, that's pretty epic. So, this is, probably this is probably the worst boss in the entire run if you don't do the quick kill. Because, like, he can go into the background and just spew these weird corn pop looking things all over the place, and it takes like 20 goddamn seconds. It's just complete RNG whether or not you get a decent fight. But you can just kind of do that if you have the right weapons, so it's not a big deal. For the longest time though, I had to fight this boss normally. And it was actually awful. Okay. That's neat. So that's not exactly ideal. I don't know how I didn't land on that. I guess the collision's like slightly smaller than the sprite. I don't know. Now I have to climb all the way up for like 3 hours. And these birds can dive bomb you at any time, so you just kind of have to be on edge with them. It's horrible. Anyway, I'm about to fight the first boss in a minute here, as long as I can play this game anyway. Alright, I missed the elevator, that's pretty good. I might as well just wait for it again. Never mind. I'm bad. I don't know if you can tell. I'm genuinely surprised I just made that. Alright. Anyway. That was cool. How did that not hit? Okay. I'm pretty sure I was like 1 frame too early with that whip. Great. So I guess now I'll explain how the raindrop works with different geometry. If you have a platform sticking out like those things on the side, and the wall you're raindropping into is like completely flat, and it also extends to in front of you. This is really awkward to explain, just bear with me. If there's a setup like that, basically like this one that I'm about to abuse, it'll zip you forward instead of pushing you down. And if the upper part of the wall is like slightly ahead of the lower part of the wall, then it pushes you downward. Or not downward, upward. Most of the walls just push you down though. Also, that dude's a cyberbully. SMH. Also, if you have... I don't know why I went down here. What am I doing? If you have one of the walls that zips you forward, if you hold right while falling into it, you just kind of don't get zipped at all. Not really sure why, but that's how it be. I don't know how that second whip didn't hit, but alright. So that was the first boss. Pretty difficult again. So, for whatever reason, this game has a few screens that have like really strange, really strange transitions to other screens. I'm not really sure why. There are pretty few of them in the entire game, but they're kind of just inexplicable in what they do, because going down here brings you over here, and I don't really know why. This is like on the complete other side of the map, at least for that one field, so that's pretty neat. Anyway, here's the Twin Labyrinths. Everyone hates this place, except for me. It's kind of tragic. Also, I guess now is as good a time as any to mention that this game's soundtrack is actually epic. Maybe extremely so if you want to go that far. Anyway, here's more health that I shouldn't get. G. I'm also about to get the Lamp of Time, which, with my limited understanding, I think is a JoJo reference, so if anyone feels like freaking out about that, you have an opportunity. Good commentary, by the way, just want to reiterate. So anyway, you charge this thing at these weird-looking altar things or whatever. Those red things are the worst enemies in the game, by the way. Just quick note. Okay, that was a cool jump. This is set up for... for a puzzle that's gonna be relevant in like 50 minutes, by the way, so don't worry about these weird statues I'm throwing flares at. So on this screen, if you get... I almost said if you get unlucky. That's not true. If you play like a moron, then you can get hit into that weird falling wall thing and get crushed, which loses like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Alright, now it's time to fight the boss. I just kinda have like a weird intermission thing there to set up things later. Seems like the most efficient time to do it to me, but I'm probably wrong, considering I haven't done any proper testing. By the way, there's a single frame where you're standing on this boss's arm when the fight starts. And while I was practicing for this run this morning, I actually got that jump and hit his head 3 times. Which I have not done in an actual run yet. Anyway, that was the second boss. Trying to fight that thing without the flail whip is a goddamn nightmare. It's like one of the worst bosses in the game for me. I don't know why. It's not even that bad. But like, it's horrible. Also, yeah, if you're playing casually, you have to scan like literally everything in the game and take a ton of notes on it all. Then you have to like look for any potential links between hints in other areas or what you're doing at the moment to solve all these puzzles. They're like a million. Or you can just use a guide, because the game's still really fun if you do that anyway. You should all play this game. Yeah, and stuff. So this is the backside to the Mausoleum of Giants where I just killed that boss, which should be pretty obvious considering I just went through a gate, but perhaps brainlets are here, SMH. This place has almost nothing. It seems kinda like it was shoehorned in just because they had to have a backside for every area. There are like 2 useful items in this. Well, okay, not useful, but there are 3 useful items in this entire area and basically nothing else. So, with the Lamp of Time, it works similarly to pausing, where it just kind of deactivates a bunch of objects, except for pots for some reason. But instead of making them not move, it also disables their hitboxes. Why am I going down there? So you can just kind of walk through walls that are considered objects for some reason. Who knows why. I don't think they ever patched that, which is kind of strange. The one with the weight of your soul was the flail whip puzzle. It had those like gems or whatever. Oh. Alright, so I hate this mini-boss. Half the time he just kinda doesn't go to the... I don't understand, hold on. I'm gonna figure this out right now. What causes this dude to go over there? Is it oh my god. Is it based on how far to the right you are? Oh my god. This whole time I thought that if you were too far right he would do that. Wonderful. So anyway, that tablet I just read has a bunch of text on it in ancient La-Mulanese, because there's this weird fictional writing style thing in this game. I don't know why I just switched to that. There are 2 versions of it though. There's the normal version, which I've been reading this whole time, and then there's an ancient version, which you have to teach the software by reading 3 tablets that contain both. You need that for a puzzle later, I think. I'm not sure which though. It's probably important, who knows. Oh, that was neat. I'm bad. Okay, I'm not gonna use a safe strat here. If you get unlucky, one of these skeletons will knock you into the pit. Unless you wait to break an extra one of those. But I'm dumb, so I don't do that ever. The way to figure that puzzle out isn't necessarily really dumb. It just requires a lot of, like, piecing together a million tablets and then kind of logicking your way through. You also have to weigh yourself in the Mausoleum of Giants, which I don't think is communicated all too well since it gives the measurement in La-Mulana's numbers. But, oh well. It's fine. Also, yeah, there's this one point in the game where you're supposed to just randomly press down on part of the floor for literally no reason, as well as another part where you have to press down on top of a pot for literally no reason, and both of those teleport you to places that you need to go to make progress. It's pretty neat, but I'm just gonna skip both of those because I don't need the item from the pot one, and I can just skip past the floor one with a raindrop. Okay, so that was a really good fight. That was the worst boss in this entire run, by the way. Most of the time you get hit by one of those fireballs that comes up at the start, and that basically entirely prevents you from getting a quick kill. Alright. So there's a dais there that you have to push down on, just because I guess why not. Also, I forgot to equip this so I can go here. Anyway, in addition to having those randomized fireballs, that boss also throws those two imp things in random directions, so you can get hit by those through no fault of your own. Seemingly the most consistent place to stay is like really, really close to the boss, but it's still really inconsistent, so I kinda hate it. I tried practicing him before this marathon, but it just doesn't help. It's kinda garbo. Anyway, here's probably the most friendly area in the game. It's a pretty nice place. I'm just realizing now that I could probably improve this route by getting a ferry before coming here, but I guess I'm not doing that. Speaking of, hopefully I don't get abysmal ferry luck. So that just spawned a ladder later in this area, for whatever reason. Now I need to get money. So, there are a lot of things to buy in this run. A lot of it probably isn't necessary. That was the right ferry, and I just kind of didn't take it, but I got it again, alright. That is like astronomical luck, oh my god. So because this ferry multiplies drops that you get, you can use chakrams, which normally bounce back to you, and you just like pick them up normally. But if they hit too many things, then they just drop on the ground, and those also get multiplied. I also forgot to open this chest because I have a huge brain. So you can just duplicate your chakrams a bunch. It's really helpful for a speedrun, but I feel like they probably didn't mean for that to happen. Perhaps. That's not how you do it. That was a slow way of doing it, but it works, whatever. Also, yeah, I guess I should I guess I should say that too. If you enter a screen transition that isn't intended, at least most of them, you just kind of get sent to the surface. But for some reason, again, some of them just kind of send you to random places for seemingly no reason. It's pretty neat. That surface warp can be useful sometimes, especially in this game's randomizer, which, by the way, it has one, and it's great. It also almost made me forget how to play this game properly for a while. But I'm back, and now I can half play it properly. So anyway, here's software that allows you to have extra I cannot speak. Extra invincibility frames when paired with the software I got like 20 seconds into the run. Yeah, they're probably left in by accident, but they're still whack. Okay, for some reason, sometimes when you hold up to go onto a ladder, it just kind of doesn't prioritize it properly, which is why I went back and forth like a dumb idiot moron face there. So please don't cyberbully me. I'm trying. Here's map software that you need to open up an area later for some reason. We'll get to that soon. I also failed a jump, so that's cool. It's probably obvious by now, but spikes are actually epic in this game and only hurt you if you hit them from the angle that would make sense. So you can just walk through the sides of them or whatever and be fine. Same goes with jumping through horizontal spikes. I have no weights. Do I need weights? I don't think so. So I'm just gonna hope that this goes well. We'll see. I'm trying to think, do I need weights? Oh god. I know I don't need weight. Yeah, I don't need weights here. Also, okay, I just went through a floor. Anyway. This is good. It should be pretty obvious by now, but you kinda need weights for like everything in this game. They cost like, usually anyway. Oh, I just realized why I don't have weights. And that's because I didn't buy them when I bought that software because I have no brain. It's pretty cool. I'll do that in a minute, it's fine. So anyway, now you have to break all this kid's possessions while time is stopped so that they're broken all at the same time. Because I guess they felt like that should be a puzzle. It's a pretty neat use of the lamp, I guess, but it's still whack. And here's the worst goddamn thing in the game because I'm too garbage to push this block before he goes down that ladder. So I just kind of waste time. Oh my god, what a champion. He really just did that. I don't... Yes, I do need weights. Okay, I'm gonna buy weights because this is good. I also forgot to a second ago. Jeet. Oh yeah, you fucking murder that kid in the sequel too. I forgot about that. Alright, this is fine. I might actually PB. Keep telling yourself that. Right now I'm 35 seconds behind my PB, which is a lot less than I should be considering how awful this run has been, but, you know, kinda haven't optimized it particularly well. Especially since half the time I'm changing my route mid-run. Oh well. This place is like the worst of the worst in this game, probably. There are a lot of like asinine puzzles and stuff, and it's kind of just grody. Also, if you hit one of these elephant statues, like the blue ones that I just fell through, the game just strikes you with lightning because they're sacred for some reason. I don't know why. Which I guess I should mention that. Sacred items in the ruins just kind of zap you when you whack them because I guess you're not allowed to. It does like a million goddamn damage, and it's based on a percentage rather than a flat value. Also, I'm bad at this game. G. So here's a mini boss that I am too bad to fight normally. So instead I just kind of freeze time to make it easier on myself. I'm pretty sure there's a consistent way to do it with chakrams since they do more damage than your flail whip, but I don't really feel like learning that. Also, I haven't been... I didn't count how many beeps there were, which is kind of important. So I guess I just kind of lost that money. I doubt I actually needed it, but still. That was a brainlet move. Here's a cog of the soul I'm about to make life. Now there are mudmen. G. Here's yet another mini-boss. This one's kind of the worst because he nay-nays me because I'm bad occasionally. Okay, there we go. That's because it is Goosed. That is exactly what this route is. I based my initial route in like 2016 off of World Record. Like very loosely. I kind of just did my own thing, but a few things were taken from World Record. And then raindrops were added in, just like everywhere. Did I just get... Yeah, there's no way. Anyway, here's the most visually interesting glitch in the entire game. It's called a screen mash. Basically, when you jump off a wall using the grapple claw, it gives you like a huge speed increase. So you can use that on a ladder if you transition areas using a raindrop while you're given the speed increase from the grapple claw. And unless you get hit or jump, that speed increase is persistent. So you can go between two areas at such a speed that the game can't keep up and like jankily combines two screens. It's really weird, but it's cool. For some reason that makes it so that moving platform just kind of stays when you go up a screen and to the left. And objects, when they're moving, behave kind of strangely with La Mesa, so you can clip through a lot of things. It's whack. Oh, you trigger the up thing. I didn't actually know that. Also, I'm not supposed to teleport. Okay, Goosed out here with actual knowledge. That's a Pog champion. So anyway, I got a woman statue earlier, and I am currently inside of the man. These colored things are something which you can probably infer, and they're gonna help me get the maternity statue. Eventually. You just kind of have to wait. Okay, there we go. Alright, and now the Temple of Moonlight. The Temple of Moonlight Pyramid, which is upside down for some reason. Maybe that's some social commentary. Who knows? This is the woman. So you go here and you sleep. and then that births out an ocarina. You can also damage boost with these lads to raindrop, but I'm garbage at this game, so it didn't work out. Anyway, this ocarina allows you to talk to these 4 philosophers that are in the ruins. I'm gonna completely ignore one of them, because he's useless. But this one is not. I don't remember what he does, but he does something important, probably. There's another one in here. The other 2 are in the dimensional corridor, which you'll see in like 20 minutes or something. Maybe. Probably more. And the final one is in the Tower of the Goddess, which is the backside of this place. And I'm ignoring him because all he does is open up the scale room, which I can just clip into. He might also do something else, I don't remember. Quick note about this game's control settings. For some reason, you can't customize your movement keys. So I like to play things on keyboard, but I like to use WASD with my like really jank control scheme. But this game doesn't really allow that, so I had to rebind WASD to the arrow keys, which is really neat. Before, like, I want to say mid-2017, I wasn't actually able to do that, so I had to use controller, and it was kind of painful. Anyway, you're not supposed to get here for a while, but I'm a cool, awesome sauce, very epic speedrunner. So I do the glitch. I guess I should mention at some point these seals that I've been collecting, which just kind of let you open up certain things for some reason. Also, hopefully I don't mess this up. Alright. So for some reason, getting crushed by that in that specific place doesn't kill you, and then if you jump, you just kind of get sent here. Couldn't tell you why. It's a lot faster than doing other stuff, and it allows you to skip a certain item. So I am all for it. You can also do this a different way, I believe, but I don't really feel like skipping it a different way, you know? I'd rather just stick to my own garbage route. I also never remember that I can go to the right. I don't have weights. I don't have weights. Okay, let's just put a pin in that for a second. Reminder that I am a good speedrunner. You could even say I can't speak, Jesus. You could even say I'm a pro speedrunner. Alright, this is the first time I've been here. Oh my god, I forgot it resets. Okay. So now I have to go all the way back around, do that weird crush clip thing again, and put a weight on that dais. So that's pretty cool. Oh my god. I really need to figure out why half the time my... I need to figure out why my weight routing works half the time and other times it just doesn't. Oh, apparently I'm not actually in the room, okay. Neat. I am absolutely the coolest runner. Alright. That was like really late, how did that even function? Alright, whatever, I'll take it. So, again, this is my first time doing this. Not the strat, I mean this is my first time going here, to be clear. It might seem like this is the first time I've done this strat, but sadly enough I've done it quite a few times. Okay, why didn't that work? I'm actually, like, legitimately confused now. Did I not put the weight on the dice? I feel like I did. This isn't going so well. Cause I warped? Usually that works though. I guess I'll just wait like an hour. Oh yeah, yeah, I have no idea what just happened. Okay. What was I even talking about? Alright, this is gonna work, I swear. Okay, I'm just gonna... Alright, it made the sound effect. This should work, I think, maybe. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna give up and get the item I'm supposed to have. Also, I've wasted like 3 minutes on this split. So that's pretty good. Yeah, okay, I'm actually like... I don't understand. Okay, well, I'm actually just booling. I'm not supposed to go that way, what am I doing? I don't know why I broke that already. I kind of don't want that clogging up my weapon selection. Because there's a lot of fast swapping and I'm used to weapon positions without that. So anyway, yeah, the game got patched, guys, it's not my fault. I should probably have this. Alright. Cool. So now, I guess I can do this. Obligatory haha, this is a let's play joke. Please laugh. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is get that item which activates these doors, and then you can just go to this side, put the weight here, and then go back immediately. But, I guess the game just decided that it would let you teleport away after putting the other weight down, and it would work fine, except for this run, I guess. This is awful. Alright, so anyway, that was a 5-minute time loss. Good. If I manage to PB, I'm gonna shit myself. Oh my god. This is awful. Okay, I had no reason to kill that, but... oh well. I barely know what I'm doing at this point. This is a train wreck. So anyway, that one part where I got that thing or whatever, I'm too brain dead to explain this, whatever. I'm not even gonna try. So here's a fetch quest, you just kinda have to go back and forth a million times. It's probably the worst part of the run. Probably maybe the worst part of the game, if we're excluding Hell Temple. And V. Although V casually is just fine. So anyway, that was our dad. I say so anyway, like every second sentence. I need to stop doing that. But that was LeMaze's dad just now. So that's neat, if I do say so myself. He has a diary here for some reason, and Zelpud, that old guy I keep going back to talk to, only gives you an item that you need for progression if you get his diary. I don't really know why. friendly reminder that if a game uses like the up arrow key or whatever the up key is, just the up direction to jump, then it's bad and garbage and I hate it. Zelpad backwards is duplex. I can't speak. I feel like I am 12 years old right now. This is a train wreck. Alright, give me the thing, buddy. I guess it's also worth mentioning that there's a possibility to soft lock if you accept an NPC's offer to repeat dialogue at the same time you exit out. What am I doing? Alright, cool. I'm bad. This is fine, nothing is wrong. I forgot to buy the pistol there. I'll do that later, it's fine. Also, for anyone wondering where the shooting is, I guess now is a good time to mention that. I buy a pistol, ideally just then, but I'm stupid so I forgot. And then I use that against the last boss, and that's the only place I use it. So that's why it's in shots fired as far as I know. It's used for all of like, maybe 30 seconds in this nearly 2-hour run, so, you know. Just thought that was a fun fact, to be honest. Alright, incredible. Here's software that I need at the very end of the game. I'm just gonna ignore it for a good while. Yeah, one shot is good enough. Also, I guess it's worth mentioning that while you're in the regular pause menu, which is this, I guess it's not really a pause menu, it's an inventory, whatever. Shut up. Shut up, goose. Whenever you're in that, for some reason your lamp of time can still be charged. Not really sure why. So you can do item management while that happens, which is pretty convenient in my honest TBH. I don't want that actually. I also want to get rid of this garbage and activate those. Alright. Incredible. So now is, I believe, the last time I'm gonna use this shortcut. It's also the second time. I guess I should explain what this area is. La-Mulana was originally made in like 2004 or 2005, I believe. And it was heavily inspired by like MSX games or whatever. I don't really know much about that personally. But they made it look like stupid idiot garbage and sound like stupid idiot garbage. I just threw it, okay, this is good. Let's just, yeah. They made it sound like stupid idiot garbage and look like stupid idiot garbage. And they remade the game in 2012, which is the version that I'm playing. Actually 2011 for the Wii, but no one cares about that. This is the PC version and it's superior. It's also like, yeah, I don't know what I was about to say. I have like no brain today, this is awful. Anyway, they remade the game and they put in like an original-ish sort of area as an Easter egg, which you can access with a key fairy, which by the way, key fairies just do randoms. I can't dance. Okay, I danced. Wonderful. They put it in as an Easter egg and they hid a La-Mulana.exe. I don't have, yes I do have enough money, never mind. I'm incompetent. Anyway, they hid a La-Mulana.exe in there, as well as a shortcut to that one area for some reason. Yeah, I do go down here. I think, maybe. No, I don't go down here. Well, this is fine. What am I doing? This is... Alright, yes. Anyway, that's what that area is. Hope you enjoyed my explanation. So this is objectively the best mini-boss in the game, but you just kind of do that to him because he's a nightmare to actually fight properly. It's really sad. Oh, that reminds me. So that mini-boss's name is Skanda. I don't remember any of the other mini-boss names. I know that one of them is Sentamani. I don't know which one that is. My best guess would be like the blue sphere-looking ass that's in the Chamber of Extinction. I'm not really sure. But each one has its own name, and some people remember them for some reason. Couldn't really tell you why. Alright, yeah. I'm actually a genius. Holy moly. So here's more unnecessary health that I shouldn't get because it's a waste of time. But I'm bad at the game, so I like to have a safety net. To be fair, I guess it is reasonable in a marathon. But this is just part of my route, so I don't know if I can justify it so well. I do remember Zoo. I also remember Ba. I'm not gonna name Zoo because I don't actually fight Zoo. But Ba is that weird, like... Oh god. Okay, so... Fun fact about my microphone, right? I've had this thing for a while, and its cord really likes to make those sort of noises. It almost was a lot worse, but then I guess it just decided to be nice. So if that happens at any other point, I'm sorry, but I can't really do anything about it. Everything just nay-nayed me there, that was awful. So anyway, Ba is that one weird, like, bird-looking ass with a human head that I fought in the Gate of Illusion, which is that, like, dark purple greenish place. That's really scary and spooky. So, I do have a good memory, okay? Instant charge isn't exactly ideal. Yeah, I'll buy the pistol eventually. It'll happen. If not soon, it'll happen, like, right before I go fight the final boss. Okay, so... if you stay in the corner here and keep using this item, then when this cutscene plays, it'll actually show the sprite, but if you're, as far as I know at least, if you're anywhere else on the screen, then this won't show up. I'm just now realizing that I could have switched to the Crystal Skull and that would have been slightly funnier. This is a tragedy. Anyway, now it's time for a mini-boss rush because they're just so good that they had to have an entire field full of them. It's a Pog champion if I'm being honest. I hate those blue and red enemies. I think they're called ghosts, I don't know. They're actually the worst. Rip slightly funny run, I know. Not all is lost though. Perhaps at some point something else funny will happen. No, I don't do Baphomet now. I don't really know why. I guess I just like to have the shield for that fight, maybe. That might have been the original justification, I don't know. I'm just kind of rolling with my general route from like 2016, except for some very significant and easy changes like fighting Bahamut using the flail whip, because that's not stupid. Okay, so here's the final philosopher I'm gonna talk to. I don't know any of their names, so like, don't worry about that part. But this guy spawns these mantras that'll be relevant in like half an hour. Hey Carl, it's my boy. Rhythm and Shin are definitely not people I know. Only Carl. Somehow with my jank-ass route, I seem to consistently be able to heal off of the mini-boss, like right at the end of this area, so that's pretty neat. Hopefully this isn't the exception somehow. Also, that mini-boss is like one of the only ones in the game that doesn't have invincibility frames, so I can just kind of jeet it in 2 seconds with the flail whip. Alright, so if you do the cat pause wrong, you just kind of get pushed back into the other room there. And if you do it slightly less wrong, you can't walk through. I love this game. Alright, so I don't know the strat for this boss, mini-boss, whatever. I think I do it okay enough. Maybe. It's definitely not good though. Alright, I didn't hit that guy, that's not so good. It also makes like the worst sound in the game, so I hope you enjoy this. That's not when I should jump. He was probably the hardest mini-boss, at least that I fight. Oh. Okay. He just cyberbullied me, it's kind of rude. I kinda hate this one, just cause it's slow. You have to wait like 3 hours to attack. Alright. 1 axe hit in the jump, that's stellar. In my old, like, original version of my route for this run, I used to use the Lamp of Time on this mini-boss because I had no idea how to fight it. And I'm glad those days are over. But it lasted for a lot longer than I'd like to admit. Oh yeah, I'm sorry for not getting the last sacred orb for those who know about it. Also, I just fucked the mini-boss up nice. That should have taken one less cycle, but I'm bad, so, you know. It's a well-established fact, you should be familiar with it already. So this is the most intimidating mini-boss, and it's also supposed to be the final one you fight, but it's one of the easiest here. Okay, next mini-boss I collect the green thing from will heal me, so I kinda need to not do that. For this next one anyway. And then the one after I want to heal. Bruh. I almost did it. I am a brainlet. Alright. Here is functionally the last mini-boss I'm gonna fight. Then I'm just gonna use the Lamp of Time on one that I hate fighting, so, you know, typical stuff for me. Give me that health. Thanks, buddy. Alright, so now I'm fully healed for the boss, so we bull him. This is like a colossal waste of time, but eh. I am very much familiar with the art of casual speedrunning, so it doesn't really bother me, TBH. I'm not losing sleep at night because I use a suboptimal route. Maybe I should be, though. It's definitely not the case for Yonoid 2, which, by the way, it's a good free game, you should play it. I would have submitted it for this, but it has no shooting of any kind, so I don't think it would have gotten in. Did I act? Yeah, I did. Thank you, Rhythm. Very cool. I don't like that blush emote, considering the context right now. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that quite a bit. I feel like there's an implication here that I'm not feeling too great about. Reminds me of a certain comment that I'm not gonna quote, because I probably shouldn't on a marathon, but I very much want to. So yeah, this boss is really cool. You just hit her head a million times and then you damage boost through a huge fucking laser that does like half your health. Which is coming up now. Can you die, please? Alright, there we go. So that's the second last boss that I fight. Jeet. Chat is a train wreck right now. Wonderful. I suppose I shouldn't have expected anything else. Alright, so the run's basically almost over at this point. Just this one boss, and then I chant a bunch of weird moon runes and it's over. That was a gold split by like 8 seconds. So please congratulate me on getting that map by accident. Listen. I'm all for fucking a snake girl, but like now might not be the time for that discussion, you know? Perhaps. Maybe I'm just prude though. I'm sorry guys. Fuck yeah, someone finally used that emote. I told Rhythm before this that someone better use TG Tails, and I am actually pog championing right now. Quick fun fact about the final boss in this game, you need to go to Hell Temple to prevent a crash with it, unless you're on the newest version. Which is really cool. It's also a crash in the final phase, which makes it even better. Can you not do that red thing? Dude, can you, alright, that works, whatever. So here's some more tits. I feel like if you do it perfectly, you can probably get 4 hits per jump, but I'm bad, so whatever. That's, I think, the fastest I've ever done that first phase, just slightly. So that's pretty epic. Okay, that's good. Whether or not you can hit this boss is just RNG, so it's kind of AIDS, but, you know, it'd be like that. Alright, that was actually one of my best fights, just generally. That's what I'm saying, Panda. SMH. Alright, time to climb a wall. XD. Please laugh at my funny jokes, guys. There he goes. One day I should try and do that thing I did after... You know, I don't feel like explaining this. I'd have to say who Palin K is. That's just not something I'm in the mood to do. Alright, here's my pistol. Comes fully loaded. It's pretty, yeah, and stuff, you know? So now that all the bosses are dead, I guess I should talk about the plot to some extent. So, there's this big alien lad, or lass rather, called the Mother, who fell into Earth somehow, and then was like, fuck, I want to get out of here. So she created a bunch of dudes, just like random life, in an attempt to get them to return her to wherever she was before. But they were all useless and preoccupied with their own bullshit. So she got mad at them and killed them, and then repeated that like 6 times. So, in this game, humans are the 8th child. Each, like, generation of creatures is referred to as a child, by the way. So you're the 8th child, which are descendants of the 7th children, but the 7th children were like, bruh, I just want to make some people without having to deal with all this weird stuff going on. So, regular people started inhabiting the planet. But the Mother, which is referred to as the La-Mulana Ruins, became like a tourist attraction and stuff. I don't know why I just equipped my Lamp of Time, that was stupid. But these ruins became a tourist attraction of sorts. At least I think, I don't know, maybe. So your boy Lameza, the main character again, is like, yo, my dad went here, and I haven't seen him for like a while, so I'm finna gonna go there as well. So then you start doing stuff in here, and you talk to the philosophers, and they're like, bro, kill the Mother Lamau. She's just gonna keep murdering your children, and we can't return her. It's physically impossible, so you're like, lol, okay. And now... now you need to, drive wedges of each of the bosses in the game into her backside, which is unfortunate wording. Yeah, it became significantly more touristy in La-Mulana 2, but I think, like, to some degree, it might have been in the first, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, you drive wedges into her backside by chanting mantras, as you do. And then that allows you to fight, like, an actual physical manifestation of the entirety of her, because obviously you can't whack a wall of ruins and expect to kill anything. So that's what I'm working towards now. That's basically the plot of the game. You also woke up some, like, 16-year-old girl after she was stuck in purgatory for like 2,000 years or whatever, but that's not important. Also, I need to do this. I'm stupid. Neat. Where are my... there we go. I need you. So now, I'm gonna scan some weird glowing stuff in the background, and that's gonna download ancient software. Reminder, this is like 2,000 years old or something. So, you know, I'm just downloading mantra.exe onto my computer. And that allows me to do something. I don't know why I said something. That allows me to chant mantras. by going into its own dedicated menu, because I guess it just has UI on this modern computer. And then select whatever you want to chant and then hold up some like random thing you find in a minute. It's pretty neat. So now I need to go chant some mantras to kill random lads and save some fairies, because why not? And that does something I forget. No, okay. That, gives you medicine of the mind, I believe. Ow. It's like some yellow liquid that for some reason you need to summon the, physical manifestation of the mother. I'm playing like garbage right now. Holy moly. You can't tell people where I get the mantras, dude. It's against the rules. What am I doing? Please ignore how garbage I'm playing right now. Also, I didn't... Yeah, so I didn't get a lamp charge. I kinda need that, because I'm bad. And I don't feel like fighting this mini-boss properly. So I just wasted a good, like, year taking 1,000,000 damage for literally no reason. Play better? Shut up. I could also commentate better, but I'm not doing that now, am I? SMH. Bruh. So anyway, I need to stop saying so anyway. This mini-boss I'm about to fight... This mini-boss I'm about to fight is not a product of the mother, but rather a snake girl with tits. For some reason. I don't know why. Maybe that's why she kind of looks like her own bootleg snake girl with tits. Now it's time to murder innocent lads. Or I guess they're technically not innocent, but shut up. I'm about to get nay-nayed by some lava, yeah. Alright, so that just made some nice juice for the mother. Typical stuff. I just saved 30 seconds off my PB. I guess I did something equally as terribly stupid in that. Good to know. Alright, so if you get a frame perfect jump here, which I did not get, then you don't have to go to this screen and then climb up this ladder, but, you know, I'm just so bad at the game that I'm not able to consistently do frame perfect things. I'm sorry. Now I need to do that as well. There are a lot of frame perfect things in this game, it's kinda whack. Anyway, this is basically a prolonged fetch quest at this point, so, you know. And yeah. I guess I should also note that earlier when I used the Lamp of Time to get into that weird statue and then place a weight, which I don't know if anyone even noticed because I didn't call any attention to it, that skipped over 3 mantras that you would otherwise need to chant, because I guess the game only checks if you chanted that one, which you normally wouldn't be able to do unless you chanted the other ones, but, you know, glitches and stuff, speedrun, haha. It only checks if you chant that one, I'm pretty sure, and then it just spawns the others for you to chant. I think they're still spawned sequentially, but whatever. Nice. Good platforming. So, because this area is so useless, I never actually... I never scanned its Holy Grail tablet, so I can't teleport to it. So I just kind of do that at the end of the run. Because it would take, like, more time to go up here and do that, probably, than just waiting until now. At least I think. Perhaps. I'm pretty sure that if I didn't have those shenanigans earlier with that one... I forget what it was because I'm a brainlet. Whatever. That thing that I lost like 5 minutes on earlier because it wasn't working for some reason after I like zipped when I should have been crushed. If anybody remembers that. If not for that, I think I'd be on PB pace right now. Oh, that was good platforming. At least I didn't take damage, I suppose. Yeah, the twin thing. Not sure if anyone's gonna know what that means because I never, like, said half of the area names. Which, you know, might be a good thing to do for a marathon run of a game like this, but nah, I'm too lazy. I kinda just started off behind on it, so I don't really care enough to fix that. Also, fun fact, this place and the Dimensional Corridor are actually swapped. This is the backside area, and the Dimensional Corridor is the front side, but Tiamat, I guess, is such a powerful snake girl that she was able to switch them around somehow. So this area predominantly has the backside version of the bats. I think there are like 1 or 2 of the regular ones, which I think is actually a really cool detail, even if it's not intentional, which it might not be. But the Dimensional Corridor also has a similar thing where it uses predominantly front-side bats, which is pretty god-dang epic. I feel like if I got hit by one of those I would have died, so I'm gonna actually try. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, my health is fine, don't worry about it. I could have gotten a health fairy with literally no downside, but I didn't, so yeah. I'm just gonna damage boost, whatever. 12 health? I'm sure I'm not gonna need that. Yeah, there's a front side bat. I knew there was one somewhere. That bat almost just knocked me out of the floor. Because if you get hit in this game, while you're in the wall, it just zips you to the top of that wall. At least as far as I'm concerned. Maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't exactly be out of place. Or out of character, I suppose. I'm a brainlet, don't bully. Okay, don't get hit by this, please. Oh. Okay, so now there's a bit of a problem. Yeah. So if I get hit at all, I'm dead. That's not so good. Pretty likely on this screen unless I wait. Which I guess I'm doing. Dude, what a cyberbully. I thought I could just kill him, whatever. Now I have to redo a bunch of stuff. That's fine, this is fine, that's not the right item. I'm just gonna get the fairy this time, Jesus. Can you not do that? So yeah, good speedrunner reminder. Usually I have a lot more health than this, I don't know why I don't have any. Mainly because I don't remember half of the things I do in this run, but, you know. You're kind of just forced to take a bunch of damage going for this thing, so Oh, okay, my guy. I have to take that damage in every run, so I don't think it was that. It shouldn't have been, at least. Something hit me. Thanks. Please. I hate these bats. Get out of here. Why didn't he go up the ladder? Alright, so anyway, this is my first time here. Yeah. This is awful. I think it's faster to go this way, so I'm gonna do that. Because I'm a speed runner. Thank you for hitting me, buddy. And I'm a good one at that. As you can clearly tell. My guy really just does not want to climb ladders while I'm holding up today. Just not feeling it, I guess. It's respectable. Must be tiring climbing ladders all the time. Alright, let me not, yeah. Oh, that was cool. I wasn't paying attention. Can you not, please? These bats, dude, oh my god. Yeah, I don't have to take damage, but like... Is it faster to wait for those saws and like those weird things that come out of the ground, or just charge through them like a moron? I'm thinking the latter. Thanks, buddy. That was a useful damage boost. Can I... No. So sad. Casual walker? Alright, listen here, fucker. I am going to report you to the cyber police for this cyberbullying. I really don't appreciate it. Not that room. Shut up, dumb idiot. I don't know which room you mean then. Alright, health isn't a concern anymore. I don't know what I was just standing on. At least it shouldn't be a concern? I don't know. Knowing me, it probably will be. So the worst mini-boss in the game is coming up, but I'm just gonna skip him because, you know, it's long and probably the worst designed one in the game, so it's not exactly something I want to do. I can annoy him though. Alright, I am 8 minutes behind PB. Pretty good. So now I just have to heal, buy some caltrops, tell the Fairy Queen to remove some random ass block, and something else. Right, I have to light my lamp of time to have a quicker escape sequence. We're almost at the end, lads. Pog champion. Yeah, that was a good jump. Alright. Oh, I'm definitely finishing underestimate. Even being 8.5 minutes behind my PB, I still have like 9.5 minutes of leeway. So we're fine. My heater is on too high, I'm just gonna turn that down. Alright, epic. Bruh. That monkey is like the worst enemy in this game. He just nay-nays you like no matter what. I hate him. I'm gonna be super safe for this part, I guess. There is indeed a gun, just you wait. Listen, okay, those red hoppy things in the Twin Labyrinths are the worst enemies in the game, and then bats, and then the monkey. So shut up. Alright, so here's the mother. This is like some weird initial phase. So then you like pour the memories from your Holy Grail after you get all the tablets. And then this happens, I guess. Oh, she's gonna dive. Jeep. That speeds this up a decent amount. Also, yeah, what mod? Gun's coming up in like a minute, by the way. A minute to like 2, maybe. I literally haven't done anything, what? Ow. Why didn't that hit? Okay. So this is just like some weird bootleg almost boss rush sort of thing, where she just takes attacks from all the bosses so far and then uses them. It's kind of annoying when Bahamut's thing happens. You can also only hit her 2 times per one of these things, which makes it even slower and more annoying. But oh well, it's time for the gun now, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and she didn't hit me, so I can't damage boost. Alright. So there was the mother. Now there's just a quick escape sequence, and that's about it for the run. Absolutely incredible. A shot was indeed shooted. So you can see up there that the mother was actually, I guess, spawning the 9th child, but she didn't really finish before she fucking died, so that's set up for the sequel. Yeah, I know. Time's stopping in like a minute from now. Alright. It's not exactly urgent. SMH. For reference though, time stops when I talk to a girl, and then fuck, I can't speak. I'll explain this better in a minute, whatever. Get nay-nayed, idiot. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot to say when time started. Wow. I'm sorry for that, Jesus. Anyway, I'm gonna walk into a door and then talk to a girl, and then we're gonna walk out of that room into a side-scrolling part, and that's when time is. Alright, time in 3, 2, 1, Jeep. Alright, so that was a train wreck. There's nothing after this point. That was the run. Play this game, probably with a guide. Absolutely everyone should play this game, TBH. It's really goddamn good. That's all. Kinda sucks that there's no cutscene where you lick her toes, but, you know, can't have everything, can you? This is awful. Thanks for approving this almost gunless run, by the way. This is a neat experience. Tried to play it, but it's fucking hard, yeah. It'd be like that. It's, at least in my opinion, worth persevering through, even if you do have to use a guide. Anyway, I'm just gonna close the game because credits are for losers. Epic. I don't know what run's coming next. That's something for other people to figure out.